What's going on, guys? Falla here. Welcome to another tutorial. I'm super pumped because this is the first video that I record in my new studio, so I'm super pumped to start bringing you some new content. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and wet the hair, like fully wet the hair, make sure it's fully saturated before we start. The second thing we're gonna do, we're gonna create a horseshoe pony. We're gonna go recession to recession, and then we're just gonna separate the top from the sides. This is gonna allow us to be able to create our perimeter, or be able to create kind of like the blood graduation, which is gonna be what we're gonna need to create the weight line on the side of the crop. So make sure when you create your horseshoe pony, you pay attention to the growth pattern, so because you don't want to cut the hair against in the direction it wants to grow, because it might be too short, it's going to spike up. So just always keep that in mind. So we're going to go ahead and create our weight line, and this is just going to be kind of measuring depending on if you want the hair to spike up or not. Pretty much the shorter you cut it, obviously the more chances of spiking up the hair. In this case, we don't want like extreme weight line, just because this is going to be more like a combination between like crop top, but like more like without that extreme look. I don't know if you kind of understand what I'm trying to say, so I'll show you at the end how it looks. So now we're gonna go ahead and start connecting the top to the sides. We're gonna continue taking horizontal sections and just matching the top to the weight line that we created. This is just gonna make sure that we maintain that square shape. So now we're gonna start taking horizontal sections, and then we're just gonna start cutting the top. Just make sure that you pay attention to your guide, or make sure you know where your guide is at all times. If you are losing your guide, that means that your sections are too big, so just always keep that in mind. I mean, the top is going to be cut square, so it's going to be 90 degrees from the floor. Just always keep that in mind. Whenever we are going to do a men's haircut, most likely, especially a crop, it's going to be a square shape on top, just because we're going to maintain those corners, we're going to maintain that squareness. So that's that. The front is going to be over directed a little bit, like we always do, just because in this case the client is not going to do it like a regular crop. Like, he's not going to style it like forward with a French. He's going to just doing more like a full hug type of thing. So this is a great haircut for those that want something a little bit more modern, but at the same time you know, don't want to kind of have like hair on their forehead, so like on the face, so you're still going to spike it up a little bit like a full hug. So it's a combination, I will say, between a full hug and a crop. So now we're going to cut the back, and just make sure that you pull the hair and elevate the hair the right way, so you don't cut it too short. So you're going to follow the recipient bone, and then and kind of like just follow that guide, and then this is how you're going to create your square shape. Then just pull all the sections to the middle, so you make sure that everything is over directed to the middle, so it's long enough that it's not going to spike up like crazy. Because remember, cowlicks, if you cut them on the wrong direction or you cut them too short, they're always going to spike up, so just keep that in mind. So now we're going to go ahead and start working with our clipper work. We're going to start our clipper work, and then we're going to start with number 3, and we're going to kind of remove and kind of connect that weight line into the sides. After we do that, then we're going to go ahead and start using number 1 with the lever closed. The client didn't want it too super short. He wanted something light but not super short, so this is how I said this is going to be a little bit combination between like a full hog and then like a crop. So we're going to go ahead and pass that all around it to create our first guide. Once we create our guide, then we're going to start with number 2, and then we're going to start lever open, and then we're going to close it little by little. Remember, we passed the number 3 first to connect the weight line to number 3. Now we down fade into number 2, and then we always start with lever open, and then we close it little by little. Once we're done with a 1.5, we're going to go ahead and use a 1 with the lever open, and then we're going to close it little by little, and then pretty much we're going to be done with the fading. This is a very good technique, because if you notice, like we only use like a 3, a 2, 1.5, 1, and that's it, we're done. So for those barbers that use a lot of like guards, you would start realizing that after a while, like you don't need that many cards. You probably won't need past 3 or 4. So just always keep that in mind. Like as long as you create your shape, makes it way easier to fade. So now we're gonna go ahead and use our T outliner to start shaping up the sides and the back, and then we're gonna kind of create that nice shape that is gonna kind of frame our haircut. So pretty much this haircut, we're gonna try to do a very natural looking. We're not gonna make any super sharp lines. I feel like these super modern haircuts are a little bit more like with the softer edges, and I don't know, I think barbering is changing a lot. Like back in the day, it was everything like super sharp, like with color and all this, and I feel nowadays, like at least in my area, clients are looking for a little bit more of a softer, more natural look with the beards, with the shape up. A lot of them don't even get their forehead shaped out anymore. So you know, that's just whatever is happening around my area. So now we're gonna texture the top. We're gonna use a deep point cutting technique to just kind of create some separation on the top, kind of create some a little bit of longer and shorter hairs that are gonna kind of push each other around and kind of just create that movement that we're looking for. In this case, my client has super dense, super thick hair, so we need to really go and texture the top, so just kind of make it move better and all that stuff. So here I'm going to remove a little bit of that weight line. I noticed that when my client was looking at me like to the front, like it was just too heavy on the sides because of the how dense his hair is. So I'm removing that a little bit and just kind of still keeping it square, but just making sure that it's not super heavy, so the shears are gonna soften that weight line. Now we're gonna continue with the shaper. We're gonna use our slim lines, I think, the slim lines to kind of shape it up. How you can see, I'm not going super crazy with the lines. I'm just keeping everything as natural as possible because it's exactly what we wanted. Remember, consultation is really important, guys, and the most important thing for us barbers is to make sure our clients are happy with the service that we provide. And so if our clients ask us for something, then we're gonna make sure that we deliver that, because that's what the client wants, right? So if a client wants a softer, more natural beard and we apply color and make it super sharp, yes, it's gonna look nice, but maybe not on the client's eyes. He's not gonna be happy with it. So always keep that in mind. I'm gonna go ahead and start passing the razor after applying a hot towel and some shaving gel, and just gonna make those lines cleaner. But how I said, nothing crazy, nothing too sharp, just a little bit more natural, that is gonna grow on a more natural way. Once we're done with the shaper, we're gonna add a little bit of styling powder, which is just gonna lift that hair up a little bit and kind of just create the separation that we're looking for. And that's it, guys. This is how my client looked before. This is how he looks now. It looks completely different. Very nice haircut, and it goes very well with him. That's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and like it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.